Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Overflod Entity MT, which I have customized before on the channel, but today we're going to be doing the HSW upgrade on it. So I have a fresh Entity MT sitting here behind me. This car has been a great disappointment to me and many other players in GTA Online, as I'm sure many of you will be aware of, because of the engine resistance and the overall sort of slow aspect of the Entity MT. But hopefully with the HSW upgrade applied to it today, this thing will be a little bit better. Now, I have driven the HSW version on console, and the reason that I'm doing this again is because this is, of course, being filmed on PC, which is the primary platform that I play on, so I will be best at driving this car and giving you a good opinion and understanding of how it's going to perform with that HSW upgrade on it. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and head into the LS car meet right now, and we're going to go ahead and start customizing. All right, so here we are in the LS car meet. We're going to go ahead and hit the HSW upgrade here. Luckily, it's only 850,000, which is actually fairly reasonable as far as HSW upgrades go. And I think on a car like this, it's not too bad. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and hit the upgrade here. Then we're going to go and of course upgrade the armor all the way up. The brakes, we're going to put on HSW brakes, of course. For the engine, we will put the HSW engine tune on here. Suspension, we will go HSW. We will also go for the HSW transmission and the stage 3 turbo, just to get things started, performance stuff out of the way, obviously. Next up, we got the bumper options. We have some front and rear options for this thing. We have some HSW forged carbon splitters. We also have that in a secondary color as well, which is kind of cool. I wouldn't mind necessarily going for the forged carbon secondary splitter. I kind of don't mind the look of that. At the same time though, I'm not 100% sure. So let's just scroll through these options and see what we have here. Unfortunately, nothing too crazy. I think that I might go for maybe just the secondary splitter on this thing. And then for the rear bumper, I might go for the secondary diffuser, and then we'll just keep it like that. I think that's going to look pretty good. I don't know about that forged carbon. I'm not a huge fan of it. So we also have the carbon canards that we can put on here. We have those with the secondary option on them as well. I will go ahead and throw those on just because I think this thing's going to be a pretty aggressive build, so we might as well. For the exhaust, we have a few different options, a bunch of different styles as well, which is pretty cool to see. Honestly, I kind of really like the carbon exhausts, but the titanium does give a little bit of a pop and a bit of a flare to the back end. So I think I'm actually going to go for the titanium exhausts. So let's do that. For the hood, we get the carbon hood. We have the forged carbon hood as well. We also have the smooth hood. We have the carbon smooth hood, the forged carbon smooth hood. We have the pinstripe hood too, which is quite nice. We got the carbon pinstripe, forged carbon pinstripe. We got the single vented hood. We have that in carbon and forged carbon as well. We got the race vented hood as well as that in carbon or forged. Got the duct hoods, the slipstream hoods. Honestly, kind of like the stock hood the best, if I'm being honest. I think it is kind of the best looking one, so I'm going to keep that. For the lights, we will go xenon, just because, why not? Neon kit, we will put it on just because it lowers the center of gravity for the whole car, so it's going to help out with that. So we'll do that. For the livery option, we have dual black stripes, we have dual white stripes as well. We also have the Swedish stripe. We have the two-tone livery, which, oh, okay, that just does that. Okay, we have the yellow pinstripe as well, which is pretty good looking. We have the red pinstripe. We have the MT Rally, the Pisswasser stripe, the half camo, the HSW Racing, and HSW Elite as well. Honestly, kind of not really feeling any of them. I'm not going to put a livery on this car. We have primary mirrors that we could go for. We also have carbon or forged carbon. I think I will go primary. I think that's actually, you know what? No, we will go stock because that is secondary by default, so we'll do that. Yellow on black for the plate. For the respray, I'm kind of thinking about potentially going for like a black and yellow. I don't know how it's going to look. We might not end up going for it, but I'm curious about how it would look. I have done a build similar to this before with an MT, but not with black. It was an entirely different color that I used. I think it was Mariner Blue, as a matter of fact. I wish that I could see the build a little bit better in here. The camera angles are so frustrating within the car meet. It's very annoying. We have the roof remove option, which is cool. We also have a carbon roof option. We have forged carbon roof options. We got the pinstripe roof, which is interesting. Kind of like that. We also have that in forged or regular carbon as well. For the side panel, we have that in forged. We also have the skirts available with a lot of the forged carbon style there, which isn't bad. As far as the skirts go, I kind of want to go with something pretty basic. I'm kind of thinking, honestly, just the secondary skirt, like the regular ones. Not a big fan of some of these other ones. I feel like they're a little too extreme for me, so we'll go for the secondary skirt. For the spoiler, we can remove the wing. We can also add the secondary carbon wing. That is kind of interesting looking. I do kind of like that. We also have that in forged or forged with secondary. We have the XL as well, and a few different options there. We also have the shark wings, which are pretty cool looking, and we have the GT wings, which are also kind of interesting looking. I kind of like that, actually. It's kind of an interesting way of doing it with this car. However, we also have the ducktails, which look pretty good, and then of course we have the super wings, and the super wings are really, really good looking. I think I'm probably going to go for a super wing. I think that they are pretty good looking, or the entity wing maybe. Kind of like the entity wing, actually. However, the super wing's not bad either, though. I might have to go for the entity wing. I think I'm going to have to go for that, and we'll do it in the secondary option, so we get that yellow accenting on the ends there. Almost wondering about going for a different color entirely. I'm almost wondering about going for some sort of a green, maybe? I feel like a green with the yellow could look really, really nice. Maybe like an olive green with the yellow. I feel like that actually could look really good. And then what if we did a gold pearlescent on this as well? Kind of liking the look of that. I feel like that is pretty clean. Could go for my other build that I've done a few times now with the gold as the secondary color. We would do that in a metallic though, so it'd be a little bit brighter and shinier. Honestly, not bad looking. I am almost tempted to do it. I do think the yellow is like a bit of a nicer, like a highlight piece, so I might keep that. For the wheels though, I think I am going to change them up. I think I'm going to go for, I was thinking cheetah R or carbon R's, because I could do the yellow lip around the end of them. We could also do the solars though, or the carbonic Z's, or God forbid the shadows or the infernos, but I kind of don't really like the look of those. So we have the carbon S racers as well. You know what? I'm gonna go cheetah carbon R's. I know it's boring. If you watch my customizations a lot, you'll know that I do that all the time. But we'll go for the race yellow on there. They look pretty good, I think. We got bulletproof tires on this thing already, which is good. And for the windows, I'm gonna go ahead and tint them all the way out. And I think we're done with this build. So let's take it outside. We're gonna do a sound test and a full review on the car now. So I'm excited to see how this thing is going to drive, actually. I think it's going to be pretty good. So here we are outside, and this thing is looking pretty damn good in the sunshine. I do really like how this is looking. So anyway, let's take a listen to this thing and see how it sounds. Okay, so it sounds decent. It's not like anything special or anything really noteworthy, but it sounds okay. It's all right. That's pretty much all I can say about it. Immediate con off the bat. I can still feel that engine resistance pretty heavily. It does not want to shift gears. I can tell you that without a shadow of a doubt. It does not want to change gears. Oh, and I forgot how weird the handling is on this thing too. It's very, kind of feels like it doesn't have downforce almost to a degree, which is not good for a car that costs $2,355,000 and an additional $850 for the HSW upgrade, not counting anything else that you have to do to it to make it, fully kitted out or anything. So, that's not very great. I will say as you get up to higher speeds and stuff like that, it's actually decent. I'm weaving in and out of the traffic pretty easily here, and it's not losing control at all. So that's good. It's got a little bit of body roll, which isn't terrible. I feel like it's actually pretty well planted at higher speeds, but definitely at lower speeds, it struggles a little bit. So that is something to keep in mind for sure. And you can kind of lose the tail end of it here if you really try to. Which is honestly not a bad thing, so that's kind of good. Yeah, man, it is slower than it should be, that's for sure. This car has always been slower than it should be. It basically got the code copied from the Entity XXR, which is really slow and has engine resistance, and I think they just put the code directly onto this car, and it's basically the exact same car. I think it has the same engine sound and everything as well, which I guess you could argue makes sense. It is, you know, an Entity again, but I think it's just lazy. I think that's what it truly is, but you know, you be the judge, go ahead. But I gotta say, like, it produces a lot of power, but it's the same thing as all engine resistance cars. It just doesn't want to shift into the next gear, and that stunts the acceleration brutally. It is so bad. It makes it take forever to get going, which is not a good thing. It doesn't do it all the time. There's definitely times where I've been driving it here where it's felt worse than others. For example, right now it actually feels like it's accelerating pretty decently, and I really don't have any complaints about it. It feels really good. However, if you like quote unquote double clutch it like you can in GTA, where you like press the handbrake before you shift, it'll just cause this thing to just stall at whatever gear you're in and not want to upshift at all, which is very, very annoying. And it's definitely a thing that you're gonna have to contend with a lot with this car and with other cars that have engine resistance. I was kind of expecting this car to be a little bit better given the HSW, or maybe even fixed, but unfortunately that is not the case. Now, I will say it's not a bad car. I'm actually enjoying driving it quite a lot. The handling is quite nice. The back end comes around like the perfect amount, just enough oversteer, no understeer, which is nice. It's a great looking car, and with HSW on it, it feels like, you know, similar to how it should have felt initially when this car came out. Just with the top speed, it's about, you know, 20 miles an hour too high with the HSW on it. With HSW, I do believe this thing tops out at about 153 miles per hour, or 152 point something, which is not bad. It's not the fastest HSW car in the game, that's for sure. It's probably top 10, I would say. That's about it. It's a good car if you got a lot of extra money. I would not purchase this thing if you're looking to like complete the time trial weekly or whatever, something like that. I don't really think this car is worth paying the money to upgrade it. But if you want just a kind of nice car to drive around, something that looks really good, good customization, great looking car, decent performance overall, I would say it is decent. Not the best, especially for the money, but not terrible. Not terrible, not bad, I would even say. Yeah, it's kind of an acquired taste, and I would say if you're gonna buy this car, make sure you've got like some other really good HSW cars prior to owning this thing, like the Banshee GTS, for example, which you can probably get for right around the same amount of money you can get for this thing. All totaled, you can get the Banshee GTS with full HSW upgrade. So I would definitely get that first. It's gonna be a much better car for you, but this thing is still not bad. So there you have it. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for my Overflod Entity MT customization and review with HSW today. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, or if you learned something, dislike if you didn't, of course, and consider subscribing to my channel if you guys are new. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.